Why did we name it a marathon? We should have named it 5K. So I'm Dana Trujillo. I'm the president and CEO of Excelerate Housing Group. It's really a remarkable day here in Long Beach. I'm delighted to have such great company. First, I want to thank all the dignitaries who have joined us and show their dedication to affordable housing every day. It's really meaningful to us that you show up. Will you please join me in welcoming LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn, City of Long Beach Mayor Rex Richardson, Council Member Christina Duggan representing District 3, and Council Member Daryl Supernaw representing District 4. We had the joy of getting to work with multiple council members because as we went through redistricting, we kind of switched sides. And then I also want to thank Jack Cunningham for being here from Congressman Robert Garcia's office as well. So as I was saying, 5 years ago, I started Excelerate Housing Group here in Long Beach with the vision of creating a small but mighty team of experienced development professionals who could build affordable housing that was both excellent and accelerated, hence Excelerate. 6 months later, we bought an old two-story office building that was quite hideous as it was built in the 1970s, located here on this site. And then 3 months after that, the world experienced a shutdown. So unfortunately, our dreams of accelerating didn't quite happen, but I would like to think that 26.2 did come out pretty excellent. Thank you. 26.2 consists of 77 units, of which 76 are studio apartments for 1 to 2 person households, and 1 is a 2-bedroom unit for on-site management. The project is designed by Michael Malton Architecture and built by Morley Builders. We finished construction in December with the help of our partners, Levine Management and Harbor Interfaith Services, and the City of Long Beach, who referred all the residents to this building. We were fully leased by March. It brings us great pride that the first project we have completed at Excelerate is in the City of Long Beach, as Long Beach is where we work. It is where most of us live, and it is where all of our kids go to school. Long Beach truly is our home, and we are delighted that we were able to increase the number of homes in our city and make those homes affordable to folks who truly, really need it. I would like to call up 4 very special individuals who are responsible for all of Excelerate's successes. Please put your hands together for the Excelerate team. Peter Ensminger, who you met. Norma Dominguez. Enrique Trujillo. And Lindsay Delatorre.
Thank you. I didn't expect that. At least not publicly. Thank you. Yay, small but mighty.
Thank you. Okay, Peter.
Thank you. Thanks, Dana.
So I truly want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I would also like to thank my family who are here today, my husband, who, if you noticed, also works at Excelerate, my kids, Ben and Alex, and my parents who have set great examples for me, not only in how to be a good human and funny, but also how to run a business. I love you guys. As you all know, it takes many financial partners to bring a project like 26.2 together. Peter is going to come back up in a minute and acknowledge all of them, but there is a couple in particular that I want to call out. First, I want to start by saying that when we started Excelerate Housing Group, it was Century Housing who took the biggest chance on us. Century gave us our first line of credit and acquisition loan, which allowed us to start work on 26.2. It was their faith in me and the Excelerate team that was a catalyst for all of our work. There are not many lenders who are investing in women-owned startups in the real estate sector. Actually, the sad reality is that there really aren't very many women-owned companies in real estate, which makes the investments from Century even more special. Josh, Ron, I don't think is here today, but please let him know I truly thank both of you so much. I am very grateful. I also want to take a moment, even though we're going to acknowledge them later, of thanking the County of Los Angeles and the City of Long Beach. As I mentioned, this project went through a lot of obstacles. There are 3, you'll notice like some weird things going on in the building, like the opening between the lobby and the community room. as we were designing this building, there were 3 oil wells that are on this site that were abandoned over a century ago, and we had to redesign the building in order to make the building not be on top of them in case we ever had to access them. So there was that, which was hugely problematic and expensive. We also got caught in the middle of starting construction with super low, amazing interest rates, and then being hit with super, well, not the highest ever, but high in context interest rates. And then the insurance industry has been pretty much a hot mess lately. So all of that together created a huge financial burden for the project at different times. And in all of those cases, the city and the county recognized there were things out of our control and stepped us up to help us solve the problem. And while I'd rather use the money to build more units than solve ridiculous problems, I'm truly grateful for your partnership and support. And I was talking about Excelerate being a woman-owned company, and I just want to call up another amazing woman, Supervisor Janice Hahn, whose team has been so supportive in helping us put together today's event. We appreciate the financial support from the county for the project, as well as your contributions to the grand opening.
Thank you so much, Dean. It's great to be here today. Hello, Long Beach. Good morning. You know, it's really good to be here to celebrate the opening of 26.2, this new development with 76 units of permanent supportive housing that is already changing lives right here in Long Beach. You know, I think we will always look back at this time and say that homelessness is the crisis of our time. She's just cheering us on. That's right. She's just cheering, she's thanking us. Homelessness is the crisis of our time. And as elected leaders, as business leaders, as community leaders, we have a moral obligation to do everything we can to meet this moment and bring as many people as we can inside. When I was first elected county supervisor in 2016, I told every city in my district, I have 32 cities in the 4th supervisorial district. I told every one of them that if they would step up and support solutions to homelessness, whether that be shelter, interim housing, or permanent supportive housing, I would help them get the money to get that project over the finish line. And that's what we did here. You know, and thanks not only to the residents of this city, but also its incredible leaders, time and time again, Long Beach has said yes. We've transformed old motels that lost business during the pandemic into housing for people who need it. Last year, we partnered to purchase a former site of the Long Beach Rescue Mission to create a year-round shelter site. And when we launched the Pathway Home program to revolutionize our homeless strategy and bring entire encampments inside at one time, some of the first operations were right here in Long Beach. We've been able to lock arms between the County of Los Angeles and the City of Long Beach, and I want to stand here today and give incredible thanks and applaud your amazing Mayor, Rex Richardson. His leadership, his courage, his bravery in tackling this issue head-on has been an inspiration to me. We were out in the early morning hours, cold, wet, in January as we did the count of those who are unhoused here in Long Beach. And I also want to applaud the council members. Thank you, Doug Supernaut. Thank you, Christina Duggan, for your leadership as well. You know, not everyone has that courage. I do have some elected leaders, and I do have some cities who are like, no, thank you. We know what the problem is, but we don't want the solution in our backyard. So it takes courage. It takes bravery. Thank you for that. And the good news about this, it's working. For the first time in years, Long Beach homeless count went down. we do have work ahead, and much like the theme of this building, the marathon theme, bringing people inside is going to take a lot of work, and it's going to be a long haul. So it's really not the time to just celebrate and ease up. It's time to double and triple down on the strategies that we know are working. And that's why this development today is so important. Shelters and interim housing are part of the solution. But if we're going to solve homelessness for people who are most vulnerable, we need permanent supportive housing like the 76 units that make up 26.2. This is truly a public-private partnership. I'm proud of the County of Los Angeles, and with the help of our amazing Director of Development, Emilio Salas. Thank you so much for the work you do. We provided $6 million to this project and to pay for the wraparound services that are going to make the difference for the people who come inside. We can't just house people. We have to make sure they're healthy, mentally and physically, for them to truly have a new trajectory in their life. So no developments are easy. We heard from that. And I know this one had its fair share of challenges, but I really want to stand here and applaud Excelerate Housing Group, and especially Dana Trujillo, your CEO, for getting the first development over the finish line. And as she said, it's one of the few women-led development firms in LA County, and getting a beautiful project like this completed speaks to your dedication and your hard work of your team. And from an all-woman LA County Board of Supervisors, we salute you. We see you. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make this project a real. Thanks to the investors who decided to invest in this project. This is the kind of project, by the way, that we're working to replicate throughout Los Angeles County so we can bring more people inside and save lives. Thank you. And now, Dana, I have not a medal for you, but a Los Angeles County official scroll. On behalf of the Board of Supervisors of the County of Los Angeles, I, Janice Hahn, the Supervisor of the 4th District, extend congratulations on the grand opening of 26.2, a 77-unit affordable housing development in Long Beach. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can you stay up there? I'm going to take a picture of together.
Thank you, Supervisor Hahn. That's really meaningful, and I appreciate that. I would now like to welcome up the Mayor of City of Long Beach, Rex Richardson. And before you speak, I want to take a picture with the three of us. Oh, let me give you your medal.
Like we ran the race.
You did run the 26.
All right, let's hear it for the entire team who finished this marathon to open up opportunities for 76 individuals in their marathon of life. Thank you, Dana. Let's hear it for Dana, Excelerate Housing Group, Harbor Interfaith Services, the service provider here to make sure people have the support they need to thrive. Everyone who's had a role to play. I love when Supervisor Janice Hahn shows up because she brings the pocketbook. She always brings the pocketbook when she comes to Long Beach. This is another project that you in LACTA showed up with the pocketbook to make this happen. Let's hear it for our Supervisor Janice Hahn. We have a couple council members in the house. Christina Duggan, we are in the 3rd District, and Daryl Supernaw. And, you know, this was a redistricting situation, right? Daryl started the marathon, and Christina finished the marathon. So there was a baton passing successfully that happened. So let's hear it for Councilmember Supernaw for kicking off the marathon. Our Long Beach Community Investment Company, we got some skin in the game here in the city of Long Beach, and LA County Development Authority, Emilio Salas. where is Emilio? There he is, my good friend. We got a lot. We just did Wellspring, and now we're doing this, and we have much more to do here in the city of Long Beach. And all of you partners who work together to make this transformative project possible, I thank you on the behalf of the city of Long Beach. We've heard about this incredible project and the obstacles that it faced. But through the spirit of collaboration, the project got off the ground, is being delivered. The teams at Excelerate and Harbor Interfaith turned those challenges into 76 opportunities to change lives, and today it stands. 76 affordable, 100% permanent supportive units here at 26.2 means much more than just rooms in a building. This means the support people need to thrive. The people who live here were also referred through Long Beach's own coordinated entry system. Many people don't know. Long Beach is unique. We have our own public health department, one of 3 cities in the whole state, our own coordinated entry system for our homeless continuum, our own housing authority. That gives us the ability to really design local solutions and strategies to address homelessness locally here in Long Beach, and we are proud that these residents and these tenants were referred through our local coordinated entry system. They're Long Beach folks. We are providing housing for Long Beach folks, and that's really important for people to note. They will have case managers on site 6 days a week. They take a break on Sunday. That's okay. They have amenities. They have clean beds. There's no question that this is certainly a good thing. And I think it makes it even better that we are advancing diversity goals and local goals by working with an incredible woman-led development company at Excelerate. So Dana, congratulations to you. We need to do more of this. And so there's certainly no question whether this is a good project. It is on many levels, but the real question is, can we continue to do it? Can we continue to build partnerships and the spirit of collaboration to continue to address the city and the region's housing needs? The answer is yes. When we look around the room, the people in this room are motivated. I see our planning officer, Christopher Kuntz. We got to do more of this, Christopher. We need to do more of this. And I'll tell you, Long Beach has some momentum right now. Last year, we had more than 3,000 housing starts. That's a record for us. We had 671 of those affordable. That's also a record for us. And we're looking at housing of all types. We had, 673 accessory dwelling units. That's also a record for us. So last year, 2023, was a record year, and we continue this pace because we believe in housing. We want to build that housing, and we want it to be affordable for our residents to live in it. It's a simple set of values. We're all here because we believe that housing is the only way to ensure that everyone, no matter their income level, has a safe and quality place to live in here in Long Beach. And so as we across the finish line today, I want to echo the motto of 26.2, life is a marathon and one must simply just keep running. Let's keep running. Let's keep working together to build more housing, to elevate our city, to elevate our region to a better place than it's been in the past. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to address you today, but I want to bring up Dana, because Dana tells me there's some young people in the house. And everybody, like the King quote, everybody can be great because everybody can serve, and no level of service is insignificant. And there are 2 young people, Benjamin Trujillo and Talon Camarillo, who helped collect and organize food pantry for the residents. So where is Benjamin? Benjamin, come on up. All right, where's Talon? Come on up, Talon. So we want to recognize these young people. Where you guys go to school?
We go to Lakewood.
Lakewood High? Mm-hmm. All right, that's Long Beach Unified in Lakewood High. It's still a Long Beach. It's still Long Beach. But I wanted to just recognize, let's see, Benjamin, this is you. Talon, that's you. We just want to recognize you for your contributions, your service. How you blocking me?
This is not. I'm going to be in trouble with the audio people. Okay. So just to take a minute, obviously, you can probably tell Benjamin Trujillo is my son. Him and his friend Talon, for their service project at their high school, collected over 2,000 canned and non-perishable goods and did a pop-up food pantry at 26.2 for the residents when they moved in. And normally I like to rag on my child just to keep him humble, but they did such an amazing job that we wanted to recognize them. And all of the schools that donated to their food pantry project were Long Beach Unified Schools. So this is very Long Beach-centric effort, and we wanted to recognize them. So good job, boys. Okay. I was told that we have two other representatives in the House, Mia Hernandez from Senator Lena Gonzalez's office and Jeannie Lee from Assemblymember Lowenthal's office. So I want to thank you for coming and showing your support. Okay, next, I would like to welcome up Councilmember Christina Duggan from the District 3 of the City of Long Beach.
Thank you so much, Dana. You are funny, and I love it. You make it really enjoyable and pleasant. You've done a good job here today. And I will say, I feel better after this marathon than the 5K I did last weekend. So good morning, and thank you for coming here today. My name's Christina Duggan. I'm the 3rd District Council member. You are in the 3rd District here now, but I want to reiterate the fact that Councilman Darryl Supernaw, he really started this project and worked with Dana and Excelerate throughout the process. I just picked up the pieces and got to pick up the medal at the end.
Medal.
Oh!
You need your medal.
All right.
Sorry, I forgot.
Why,
I'm asleep
thank
on the
you.
job.
Thank you. I love this medal. All right. So I am just so happy to know that we now have a home for another affordable housing development that supports families who are at risk of experiencing homelessness, and close to my heart is providing behavioral health services for those who are living here. So I really want to appreciate and point out Harbor Interfaith for their service here. I got to talk with a few of them today. Behavioral health is so important in this process of housing those who have been on the street. This development serves as a great example of Long Beach's effort to strengthen neighborhood stability by creating a safe and livable community throughout the city. We're looking for more of these. The architects address needs for communal connections, quality affordable housing, and supportive services. The residents will have access to spaces and on-site social services through the Los Angeles Department of Health Services. The celebration of this housing project represents the city's commitment to providing affordable housing units for people experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness. I'm so happy to know that all 76 units are occupied by people who need them. I want to thank Supervisor Janice Hahn for bringing the money for this. Such a great partnership that she brought for your women-owned development company. I want to thank Mayor Richardson for being here today and for his engagement and knowing the importance of affordable housing developments in Long Beach. I want to thank Excelerate Housing Group, your staff's dedication, just getting to know them the last couple of months. You're dedicated in developing these affordable communities here in Long Beach and around the Southland. Thank you to Long Beach Community Investment Company for offering and safeguarding affordable housing for the community. And again, thank you to Harbor Interfaith for their services for the folks who are living here. So I just want to thank you all for being here and supporting this as an important part of our community. I'd like to present you with a certificate. Thank you, Dana. And for the grand opening of the 76 units with a management unit, 77 units of affordable housing. And I hope that you can continue to do this in our community. Thank you, Dana.
Oh, hold on, Bruce. I would now like to ask Councilman Darryl Supernaw to come and share a few words as well.
Oh, I get my medal first?
Yeah,
You don't know what I'm going to say.
that's all right. I trust you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And Dana, thank you for the invitation to be here today. That's really meaningful, very special to me. And welcome to the 3rd District on behalf of Councilmember Duggan. And everything, it seems, has been said, so Lindsay, I will not need my speaking points, but thank you. Also, I really do appreciate Supervisor Hahn being here for this event, and also we're very happy she's going to be here for another 4 years. That's very special to us in Long Beach. So this goes back to me being contacted by Dana. I don't even want to remember how long ago that was, but we met in her office, and she said, we have this really great project, but I think your words were, it's dead in the water. And so I didn't know a lot about affordable housing. We didn't have a whole lot in the 4th District or the east side of Long Beach. And so she said, the problem is we need project vouchers to fund this. And I said, I'll be glad to help. I'll do everything I can. What's a project voucher? So I approach, and we should mention Allison King, who used to be in charge of housing, and now she's the head of our health department. But I went to her and asked about this, and I told her everything that Dana had told me. And to her credit, I don't think she believed me. And I wouldn't have believed me either, because this project, in a way, was too good to be true. And I went back a second time, and we were successful at getting those vouchers, which is the key to why we're here today. Also not mentioned was all the work that Dana had done ahead of time. So when we encountered these projects, okay, am I going to have time to do the outreach to the neighborhood and whatnot? She had done all that. So I should say thank you to the neighbors here who embraced this project from day one. And thank you, Dana, for doing all that for us. I think that some of the keys here are that this is the first project basically on the east side of Long Beach. And what Allison King told me is that's the key to success in solving this housing project, is get the affordable housing project outside of the core areas where they were. And thanks to Dana for thinking outside the box for having it happen. And I appreciate the faith you had in us as a city to make this all happen. Also, thank you to Christina Duggan. She gave me credit, but this is a big deal to hand off. Again, she didn't have the background, didn't know what it was, but she embraced it from day one, and thank you for that, Christina. That's it. Oh, and I should mention, too, another key was Christopher Kuntz. The mayor mentioned him, but the first person I went to was Christopher Kuntz, and all he had to say was, we have so much respect for him, he just had to say, this is a great project. Okay, that's all it took. Thank you, Christopher. I was off and running at that point. Again, thank you all for being here today. It's a very special day, a great day for the city of Long Beach, and although we're in the 3rd District, I'll give my closing remark, and that is, go forth. Okay, you want to do a little photo op here? You guys right there? Okay. Thank you.
he is 100% right about Christopher Kuntz, who is in a different role today, but at the time was over planning, and one of the smartest, most creative planning people that I have ever encountered, who really thinks hard and long and finds way to get housing done. So I appreciate your brain, Christopher. Okay, I would now like to welcome the final speaker that I'm going to introduce in this segment, and then I'm going to pass it off to Peter, and that is Donnie Grimes. Donnie is a resident here at 26.2, and he's going to share his story with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hold on, I'm going to give you a medal.
All right. I'm doing something right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so I experienced homelessness at a young age, right? And so, you know, I was open to the streets and everything. I wasn't funneled right. And so I ended up in prison for like 28 years. I paroled, and my journey started in 2018. I started at Reygate Memorial Recovery. Well, I'm nervous. So I'm in that marathon too in recovery. I'll be taking 6 years clean. And so I got into, I was still at Reygate, and I managed their sober living for 5 years and waited for housing. I just humbled myself, set put, and utilized all the benefits that are out there for us, you know, to get on the right track, you know. And that's what happened, and I ended up here. And this is great because it just helps my journey, right? Because I got I got a case manager, and it just makes it a lot easier. Because it's real difficult, right? But if you're willing, and that helps, the professional help. God knows I need professional help. I did. I took advantage of mental health. They got involved, and I landed at the right place. I couldn't ask for more, and you know, it just makes it a lot easier to be not a problem, but a solution to the problem. You know, today I'm a productive person. You know, I never thought I would be up here speaking to you people. These flags, they make me nervous because I usually see these flags in Superior Court and I'm getting sentenced. but anyways, yes, I'm real blessed and grateful that I'm here, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Donnie. That's the home note right there, y'all. That's why we do it. Regrounding. So we have been lucky to receive a significant amount of support from the County of Los Angeles and the City of Long Beach. I would like to welcome to the stage Emilio Salas, the Executive Director of the Los Angeles County Development Authority.
I think the Olympics are starting here pretty soon, right? So in that spirit, I really want to congratulate Excelerate Housing Group. This is our inaugural partnership, right? We partner with a lot of nonprofit developers, and it's great to see that this is our first and hopefully first of many. Also, you know, I thought it was fitting that as you were speaking about being a woman-owned business, you launched this in a very difficult year. And I looked at it, 2019. I mean, it's difficult enough to launch a real estate development company, but launching it in that year, I can only imagine what you've been through the last few years. But it was also very fitting that the award of funding from the county came from the all-female Board of Supervisors, who have been very intentional about making sure that they are funding affordable housing. I know the supervisor had to go, but I really wanted to give them credit. You know, local funding is becoming much more important these days for projects like this. Projects like this used to rely almost exclusively on federal and state funding, but local funding is becoming a much more valuable resource. I know the mayor is also involved with La Casa, a brand new entity that is also eventually going to bring more local resources to fund developments like this. And I really have to say that the city of Long Beach has been just phenomenal players in this space. We work with all 88 cities, and I can tell you, it is very, very different from city to city. I was in another community just 6 months ago in a community meeting that lasted until midnight, where that development eventually was killed by the community because of fierce opposition, because of fear of the unknown. But the city of Long Beach has led the way. I really have to say, in the 4th District, there is no city that compares to Long Beach as it relates to affordable housing. So kudos to all of the leaders of the city. You really deserve all the credit. It's difficult, y'all. It takes a lot of courage to stand up before a community and defend affordable housing. So I really applaud you for that. I also want to thank my team that was involved in this project, Cindy Ka and Anthony Lucero, for all of their work. So thank you so much, Cindy, for all your hard work. So on behalf of the county, congratulations to all of the partners. And thank you all very much.
Thank you, Emilio. Also with us today is Eva Melgarejo, a board member for the Long Beach Community Investment Company. Come on up.
Thanks so much. I never thought I was going to get another medal without having to run. So thank you so much. Good morning. My name is Eva Melgarejo. I am a director with the LBCIC. On behalf of the Long Beach Community Investment Company, we are deeply honored to participate in yet another wonderful affordable housing grand opening in this joyous celebration for 26.2. Known simply as the LBCIC, we are a nonprofit affiliate created by the City of Long Beach to help to provide sustainable housing, revitalize neighborhoods, and promote livability in our beautiful city. Committed to allocating resources to areas of greatest need, like in this development, the LBCIC continues to address the pressing demand for more affordable housing within our city, like with this project. We are proud to have approved $3 million in funding to accelerate housing for 26.2. As I stand in this stunning building, I take pride in the LBCIC's dedication to offering a safeguarding affordable housing for the community. Quality housing, safe, smart, affordable housing like 26.2 fortifies all of our neighborhoods, making our city a more vibrant place to live, work, and visit. Thank you to Mayor Richardson for your outstanding leadership and unwavering commitment to affordable housing in Long Beach. Thank you to Councilmember Christina Duggan for your vision and dedication to this community. Thank you to Councilman Darrell Suberna for your initial support in this project. Of course, I extend my sincere appreciation to Excelerate Housing Group for a continued partnership, for your staff's devotion to building affordable housing in our communities, and I offer a final thank you to all the hardworking staff in the Long Beach Community Development who have helped make this project possible. Thank you.
So, Jack, do you want to come up here? And so Jack Cunningham, who is with Robert Garcia's, our congressman's office, has brought something to present.
I apologize that you're looking at me and not the congressman. Congressman Garcia is in Washington, D.C. today, and I'm out here on his behalf. I'm his district director here in Long Beach. It's always such a pleasure to come and see fantastic projects like this come to fruition. The people, the organizations, the dedication and time that goes into these is not lost on anyone. If the congressman were here today, he'd be talking about how dedicated he is to housing and the transformative effect it can have in communities and on individual people's lives. So without further ado, I've got a certificate I was going to present. So thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate that. We will now have our major construction and permanent investors provide a few remarks. Again, team effort, and we couldn't do it without you. First up, we have Todd Fabian, the Managing Director of the West Region for National Equity Fund, which is our tax credit investor. Howdy, Todd.
All right, so the boring money guys are last, and that's perfectly fine. So congratulations to everybody that participated and got to the finish line. Dana, do you remember the first thing you told me when we started talking about this project? It is the easiest project you're ever going to do, Todd. So anyhow, it's finished, so thank God. So NEF, National Equity Fund, we are a mission-based tax credit syndicator that believes all individuals and families across the country have access to stable, safe, affordable homes that provide a foundation for them to reach their full potential. I am personally very proud to work for an organization that this is part of their mission statement. So as part of our commitment to this project, I think it's $22 and growing million of equity. But it doesn't come easy. We have to raise that capital. So I want to thank two investors that are in the house. Steve Herman from Cal Bank and Trust is here. And I know we got some Wells Fargo folks, so go open up some accounts with them. They'd be really happy about that. There are many more investors too, but I think those are the two that are here. And we are very proud, Dana, to be part of your very first project. You know NEF, we support you in all of your endeavors, and we look forward to many, many more of these. So congratulations and welcome, residents.
Again, I keep saying, you got to manifest the easy things. We should have called it 5K. Anyway, thank you, Todd. I would like to now welcome Aaron Wooler, the Managing Director of Lumint, our permanent mortgage lender, to the stage.
My head's a little bit bigger than most people, so I'm glad that worked out. So initially, Dana's like, oh, would you like to talk? And I said, no, it's okay. And then 2 seconds later, she says, oh, by the way, you're talking. Just tell them how much you love me and how awesome I am, which would be an understatement because most of you all know Dana, and the magic that she pulls together on developments is no small feat. I know a lot of the details about how this project got from A to Z, and it is no small feat. There might have been a little bit of a redesign prior to construction closing and all that good stuff, but we got there. And her staff are unbelievable, and very proud to be working with them. Specifically, want to recognize Lynn Catano at the county and Megan Sorensen at the city. I've known both of those individuals for 20 plus years. I've done a lot of deals, all of them extremely difficult. Affordable housing is no small feat, and I can tell you without the support of both the county staff, the city staff, this wouldn't happen. So hats off to you all, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. I would like to welcome Steve Herman, the Senior Vice President for California Bank and Trust, to the stage. Come on down, Steve. Thank you so much.
Another tall guy. So Dana said I had a minute, so I'm going to be quick. And she basically just said, sing my praises for a minute. So what else can I say, Dana? But I think as a lot of you guys have heard, and by the way, you didn't know, but they say that the first baby is always the toughest. I got 4 kids, and it's kind of true, right? And this one had quite a number of twists and turns. We had an abandoned oil well that didn't want to be abandoned. We had recycled bonds that had to get reissued midstream. As you mentioned, we had I think the highest increase in interest rates in almost 50 years. So we had to throw a swap in there midstream. We had an AHP that we had to close to balance our sources and uses. But I really got to thank Dana, Norma, Peter, your team. You guys are creative. You think on your feet. You problem solve in order to accomplish this, which is really incredible. And we couldn't be more proud to celebrate today. We're very excited to be a part of where you're going to have 76 new tenants living in a safe and affordable place to live. So congratulations to your team. I do want to recognize my team here, Lisa Brooks, who does a great job getting out in the community. Mark Wolf, who's not here, he speaks affordable housing finance and does a lot of translating for me to get these projects complete and over the finish line. And then our disbursement group, who's worked closely with Peter and his team to kind of keep the money rolling. I think our construction loan was somewhere in the $25 million range. We just got to get through conversion and get that thing paid off. We're ready to go for number 2. But last but not least, I want to thank Alicia Applebaum, who's sitting back there. You wave, Alicia. Everybody needs to see you. Who does all the heavy lifting, and really appreciate all the work that she's done on this. But congratulations.
Thank you to Steve and the California Bank and Trust team. I'd like to welcome Josh Hamilton, the Senior Vice President for the Century Housing Corporation. Century was an acquisition, pre-development, and construction lender for the project, and also a lender for Excelerate Housing Group.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh yeah, it's really great to be here. And as Peter noted, we were the acquisition lender. We did some pre-development financing. And if that wasn't enough, we were called back in to do a third trust deed construction loan when one of the lenders wasn't able to fund by the deadline. So we like to be creative and flexible at Century. And we're just, when I first came to this property, it was just an old office building with a big parking lot, and just a twinkle in Dana's eye at that point about what this was to become. Long Beach is a really important community for Century Housing. I've provided a lot of financing to other affordable housing projects here in Long Beach. Also, Century Housing is also a developer in its own right with a significant presence here in Long Beach. So being a part of this deal checked a lot of boxes for us. First of all, we were able to support Dana and her vision and helping her get off the ground and start a new development company, which is one of the hardest things I've ever seen any human being have to do, is to start an affordable housing development company from scratch, knowing what that hurdle is for that first deal. So Dana, you did a great job. Also, we have a long-standing commitment to this community, and Long Beach is a very important place for Century Housing. And I think that's about a minute, so I think I'm going to leave it there. All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Josh. There are seriously so many agencies involved in this project. I'd like to take a moment to thank them, including the Long Beach Housing Authority, who weren't able to be here today. This wouldn't be possible without project-based vouchers, to make sure that everybody who lives here has the ability to live here safely and securely. I want to shout out Farmers and Merchants Bank, a Long Beach bank that banks Excelerate Housing Group and also provided the Federal Home Loan Bank Affordable Housing Program loan. Speaking of which, the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco provided financing. California Municipal Finance Authority provided bonds. Wells Fargo Bank, who is an investor, a major investor in the NEF California Equity Fund. National Housing Trust, who provided pre-development loans. Mercy Community Capital, who provided pre-development financing. And Enterprise Community Partners. So a round of applause for everybody here. It takes a village, truly. So thank you all for your generous support. I would now like to pass it back to Dana Trujillo.
Thank you, Peter. This is why I was gushing over the folks that work at Excelerate. It is so much work to put these deals together. All of the funding and everything that was mentioned, each one of those are loans that are closing. It's a lot of brain damage, a lot of work. At the end of the day, it produces these really great buildings, and it's worth it. But just another round of applause for the team that worked so hard on this. And speaking of teams and partnerships, you've heard Harbor Interfaith Services mentioned, and yes, they are the services partner and on this project, and they're doing a fantastic job with their site staff that works here at 26.2. I want to welcome to the stage Tahia Hazlett. She is the Executive Director and CEO of Harbor Interfaith Services, who is not just the service provider here, but they're also our development partner and have been working on this project with us since the beginning. So, Tahia, please.
Good afternoon. And thank you, Dana, for that introduction. As mentioned, I'm Tahia Hayslett, the Executive Director for the agency. But I think as I'm speaking and talking about the agency and our partnership, I want to call up Cheryl so she can stand near me. Cheryl is the director at the site. So she is responsible for the services team. She's responsible for the day-to-day operation. And when this project, when it was finally at a point where it was opening, I said, Cheryl, do we have a project for you? And so she has been here from the beginning, and she has 4 case managers that work with her to provide the services to the residents of this facility. And so the mission of Harbor Interfaith is to empower the homeless and working poor to reach their full potential. We were founded in 1975 by volunteers from the faith community, and today the agency has a food pantry, a licensed children's center. We oversee the coordinated entry system on the LA side. The mayor talked about Long Beach overseeing the coordinated entry system here. So for youth, families, as well as individuals. We operate 2 family facilities. We have a 90-day shelter as well as an 18-month transitional housing program. We operate 4 interim housing sites. We also operate 4 inside safe locations, and that was cleaning up the encampments. We have 2 shared permanent supportive housing facilities that's located at the villages, and Century Housing, of course, spoke today. And then our most recent project that we're celebrating today is the 26.2 permanent supportive housing project in partnership with Excelerate Housing Group. So I applaud and thank Dana for her leadership on this project. And so on behalf of who we serve, those we serve, I do want to give a huge thank you to Dana. I think it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, a long project, and there's been many challenges, and Dana always had a positive attitude, and she always said, okay, today's challenge is, and she worked through it. But I want to thank her. I want to thank Norma of her team. I want to thank Peter. I want to thank Lindsay, and I want to thank Enrique, because I think we've all worked together collaboratively to get things done, and I appreciate your support along the way. So again, 5 years ago, we began this partnership. At the time, one of my staff, Sherry Weaver, approached me and said, hey, we have this partnership. There's 76 permanent supportive housing units, or 77 with 76 residents. Excelerate has this vision. They want to build this permanent supportive housing, and will we be the service provider? And we agreed to do so. So again, it's been a long journey. It's been a great journey, and it's been a great partnership. And so again, I thank Excelerate Housing. I also wanted to take an opportunity to thank the service provider. So you met Cheryl here, so please say hello to her when you leave. She is the point of contact at this particular site. And she leads 4 case managers who provide the day-to-day services, ensuring the financial resources, ensuring the health resources, and anything they need, just the basic living skills. So you take someone who was living outside and you bring them indoors, and so they're teaching them how to live. And so I want to thank Cheryl and her team for that. And then I also wanted to acknowledge some service partners that made this dream a reality in terms of the matching that our mayor talked about as well. And so the City of Long Beach and their coordinated entry system team for the matching, LA County Department of Health for funding and for their leadership, Levine Management Group, who's the on-site property management, and then Alicia, which I don't know if she's here. I want to acknowledge her because she is, she's his asset manager, and she ensured a program compliance. So we heard a lot from the different funders, and as you can imagine, compliance comes along with it, and she's been the partner representing Harbor Interfaith to get that job done. So again, today I just want to thank Dana. I want to thank Excelerate and the full team. Thank the elected officials, the county supervisor, as well as the mayor and the Congress members, the council members, for their leadership and their support, because of course with challenges, they are the first people we call. So thank you for everything, and thank you for coming today.
So before we close, there's a few additional folks that I want to acknowledge. Affordable Housing Access is our partner as our managing general partner. They came in very late to help us with stuff, and I really appreciate that. Where are you all? And Hilda, their CFO, is amazing. I also want to thank, again, Morley Builders for constructing this building. The whole oil well thing was not easy. We did not have a groundbreaking because we had to bring in this crazy equipment, and I didn't really feel like it was safe to have people here. And if anyone drove by PCH while that was happening, there were these giant towers. I also want to thank Michael Malton Architecture again for designing our first building. It came out great. I love it. and it's always a joy to work with you. So I really appreciate everyone's efforts in putting this building together and making it happen. I had my talking points, but if I accidentally left you out, I apologize. Some final things to wrap up. We have lunch served in the community room. It's catered by Supermex. Please join us. Their food's amazing. And we have my daughter's favorite mini chimneys, which I highly suggest you have before you leave. We also I want to explain the bibs that you are wearing. So while this was a gimmick to go along with our race theme, these are actual eyeglass cleaners. So that's why they're like flimsy and not paper. So please keep them in your car, in your glove compartment, in your purse, whatever. They're great for cleaning your sunglasses, reading glasses, if you have 17 pair like I do, and also your phone case. So they should be useful. I also want to, let me see, I wrote myself a note of everything I need to tell you. On the 4th floor, the resident in unit 414 has been gracious enough to open up her unit if anyone wants to tour a unit in the building. She is there, and that unit will be available from now until 1:15. We also have on the 4th floor deck our finish line set up, which is like a truss, like a giant finish line. It's pretty cool. You can go take photos. And if you have a name tag that has a black or orange dot on it, then there is a medal waiting for you at the check-in table. And if you received a medal at the podium, there's a gift bag that has a stand for your medal so that you can put it on a shelf. And that is all. Thank you all again for coming. We really appreciate it. It was nice to have you all here, and I look forward to chatting over the next hour or so. Thank you.